Soludo says that the candidate of APC, Nicholas Ukachukwu, is not electable and not qualified, Anambra is such a serious state. And to have somebody whose Wayeku cannot vouch for, I don't think it's good for anybody. Now, this is the state of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Emeka Ojukwu, Chinua Achebe, Emeka Anyaoku, Chimamanda. That is their state. And you have somebody who has no credit in maths and in English and even BK, he also got F9. Yeah, well, you see, the reason they brought Uche Ekwunife into the ticket is to make it bearable, tolerable, electable. That's the only reason. You can't go, 8 of you, beat up a female corps member, tear her clothes off her back and all that. There's no law that empowers Agone Chamber or Operation Udo Ga-Achi to do that. That is what made what they did criminal. That was why the governor ordered their arrest, dismissal, and prosecution. We have a call center. A call center is one of the best you can find in the country. We tell people, if you see something, say something, call 5111, and then we will do something. And if the intel you supply proves to be useful, you can earn as much as 5 million naira.
Gbam, 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 gbam. Ndị be anyị maka eseme n'oge gbam. Afa m bụ Chijioke Igwendụ, odogwu bụ ya mbaba, ezigbo onye aba. Gbam bụ ebe a na-akpọta ndị ọdịka ọ dị anyị, ndị nwere ọnụ eji ekwu okwu, the big talkers, the big shakers. Na nke ikpeazụ a, anyị na-akụzi gbam as the hot. Ife na-eme n'obodo ozugbo, we will connect with the stakeholders ka anyị malụ ife na-eme. Today we have the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Dr. Law Mefor. Law, kekime no na Gbam.
Yeah, dalo, ano meba. Edum gandu.
Please explain to us who is Law Mefor, Gani Rubiko?
Law Mefor is Commissioner for Information, Anambra State.
Okay.
Should I define myself further?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Strategist.
Go ahead.
And strategic communication practitioner, a journalist, a social psychologist, a social engineer, a writer. I don't know what
What does your ministry entails? What does it mean to be the Commissioner for Information? What do you do?
Yeah, Commissioner for Information. The statutory responsibilities of the Ministry of Information can be broken into two: information dissemination and then public enlightenment. These are the two branches of our mandate. Information and public enlightenment. That's the summary of the mandate of the ministry. That's my responsibility.
In this era of social media, where there is no more monopoly of information or monopoly of where you get your information from, anybody can get information about Anambra State from anywhere. How do you stand out? How do you make your ministry one of a kind?
Yeah, well, an important question. What we call citizen journalism is taking a center stage. Once you have access to data and smartphone, you are a journalist because you can string up some words and sentences. They don't have to be correct in terms of grammar. And do some videos and put the narration there and put it in the public space. Any social media handle can carry it. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. That is the former Twitter.
Yes.
They are all available to any other.
Given your portfolio as the Commissioner for Information, do you think Anambra is informed? Do you think that Anambra has been informed by your portfolio? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a very important question. When I came in last September, I told the journalists in Anambra that Soludo's achievements are grossly underreported. So between then and now, I believe that the achievements of the governor, the activities of his government are now getting out there. The feedbacks we get confirm that indeed that this is not just a claim, it's something that is verifiable. Initially, by the time I came in, people were saying that they weren't aware of what Soludo was doing. Now nobody can say so anymore. Soludo's achievements, a lot of his achievements are now known to the Anambra and the non-Anambra. And so the issue is no longer whether Soludo is performing. No, it's no longer that. What they try to happen now is the issue of insecurity. And even in the area of insecurity, I think that Soludo has also done tremendously well. Let me avert our minds to something that will prove what I am saying. Before Soludo became governor, in 2021, as many as 8 local government areas in Anambra State were under siege by these hoodlums, these unknown gunmen. But in fact, before Soludo became governor, his father was kidnapped. Many others were kidnapped. During the gubernatorial campaign in 2021, Abasimalo, the Labour candidate, was taken away by unknown gunmen and has not been seen.
Oga.
Yes, he has not been seen till today. You know, that's the level of palpable tension and insecurity we had in Anambra State. Now, Soludo was directly attacked. About 3 policemen attached to him were killed. And the Guba election that took place in 2021, I think in November, so many things happened to the point that in many communities in Anambra South, election couldn't hold at all. But recently, INEC undertook 2 major exercises in Anambra State. One was the continuous voter registration exercise. INEC itself issued a commendation statement commending the Anambra for holding the voter registration exercise, continuous voter registration exercise in the 326 wards in Anambra State. Some of these wards, remember, election couldn't hold in them in 2021. So the fact that Anambra could hold continuous voter registration exercise in all the communities in Anambra is a clear evidence that security is getting back and getting well. Now,
Dr. Law,
yes.
Dr. Law, are you trying to say that Governor Soludo inherited insecurity from the former governor Willie Obiano?
Is it not obvious? I've told you that before he came in, he was almost killed, to the point that the 3 policemen attached to him were killed. That was before he became governor. So he inherited a very dire insecurity situation as governor. 8 local government areas were under siege by these unknown gunmen, these hoodlums, these criminals. But, he has taken the battle to them, and he is on top of it, to the point that even the last 3 Saturdays of a season by-election to replace my dead friend, Senator Ifeanyi, the 70 communities in Anambra South, election held in all of them. And in the 118 wards, elections, elections held in them. In the over 1,500 polling units, elections held in all of them. And it shows that indeed security, even though not yet fully uhuru, we have gotten a security right. And I'll tell you why. Soludo, working with the House of Assembly, was able to think up a very robust law. The Anambra State Homeland Security Law 2025 deals with both the kinetic and non-kinetic components of security and its architecture. He also had in place ways of dealing with what you may call the enablers of crime. For example, the warped ideology, the warped ideology of wealth without work is dealt with in that new law. And of course, that is what has led to the apprehension of some evil and useless native doctors that have been concocting all manner of things. Okite, Arabuaka, Uduako Mmili, Odeshi, and all that, to confuse our youths, to give them the impression that there is a possibility of acquiring stupendous wealth without work. That is what has led to also Soludo. All these criminal native doctors have taken a leave of Anambra, and those who are left are lying low and abandoning their trade. We will continue to chase them and all that. And our men are in the forest. Yes.
Dr. Law,
Yeah.
since you mentioned the native doctors that were detained, I think you're talking about the people, the persons of Eke Heat, Akwa Kotuarake, and Onze Jesus. Why are they still detained? What is their offense? Is this just because of what they said? What were the evidences against them? Why are they still in custody? What has the government found in them that is worthy of having them for since February this year? What evidence do people have against them apart from what they said?
It's not what they said. You know, criminal adjudication and processes, go beyond what you said. It is what we found. We found sufficient evidence that they are culpable of certain criminal activities that are defined and prohibited under the new law, Anambra State Homeland Security Law 2025. And we are not just keeping them. We are not keeping them. We have charged them to court. For over 3 months, we charged them to court. So it is not the incarceration or further detention is not on the orders of Soludo. It's on the orders of the court. The judge say, hold them until we are sure of who they are. So their matter is before the judiciary. It's no longer an executive action. Soludo is not holding them. The Nigerian courts are holding them. So let them approach the court, convince them on why they should regain their freedom.
Whatever the offense may be, are they not bailable? It's not something they can be coming from home to attend to their court cases.
It's not Soludo or the Commissioner of Information that you can appeal to. It's the court. And they have also tried what you have said. They have applied for bail before the courts and they were denied. They were denied. In a presidential democracy, you have 3 arms of government: the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive. We constitute the executive. The judiciary runs the courts, and they are autonomous. They don't take orders from the governor. And if they are held against their wish, and the High Court in Anambra is holding them, they have access to courts of appeal. Yes, they should appeal. They should go to court of appeal. If they believe they can't get a judgment in Anambra State over their bail, they should go to court of appeal. The fact that they haven't gone to court of appeal means that they are satisfied with their detention.
They are not in the hands of the police. They are in the hands of would I say the vigilante group Udo Ga-Achi. Is that lawful?
They are not.
Is that legal?
Udo Ga-Achi, Operation Udo Ga-Achi is not a vigilante operation.
Okay.
Yes, it is not. You have Agune Chamber and Operation Udo Ga-Achi. Agune Chamber is the name the new law has given Anambra Vigilante. Operation Udo Ga-Achi is an operation that is undertaken not by Chemba alone, but by 6 leading security agencies in Nigeria and Anambra, led by the Nigeria Police Force. Nigeria Police Force is the one driving Operation Udo Ga-Achi or Operation Udo Ga-Achi. What that means is that if they are held anywhere, it is where Operation Udo Ga-Achi, with the approval of the police, decide to keep them.
Okay. Akwa Ọkụkọ Tiwara Aki, Eke Hit, and Onye Jesus, they are not, and they were not the only native doctors to come out to publicly say that they do okite, they do charms. Why are they the only ones that are arrested and detained? Why are they the only ones there?
Who is telling you that? We have over 30-something of them.
Oh, really? There is a popular one in Orivite that is called Man Pass Man. He has come out to say all manner of things about what he does, just like Akwa Ọkụkọ. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, this young man is also a club member of where Akwa Ọkụkọ is the chairman or president. Now, this Man Pass Man is not just free. He is parading as a commander of is either Udo Ga-Achi or Agune Chemba. He's parading on himself on social media with armed men that are wearing the uniforms of Udo Ga-Achi or Agune Chemba. Why is Man Pass Man free when he's still guilty of the same offense that Akwa Ọkụkọ, Eke Hit, were being held for? Go ahead.
Yeah, because because we're not aware of this claim you are making. So if you know that that the man is culpable, please come up with a clear petition, pass it through me, and we'll pick him up.
But nobody came with a petition against Akwa Ọkụkọ or even Eke Hit.
How did
whatever that was used against them was gotten from the public domain, and that same public domain, I believe, will serve to when it comes to this particular guy I'm talking about now.
But
is there anything that is fishy we don't know?
For example, I'm just hearing what you are saying about this man only now. So give me proper information after this interview. Then we'll
this man is
that is why we say
this man is from Orivite.
Architecture. We have a call center. A call center is one of the best you can find in the country. We tell people, if you see something, say something, call 5111, and then we will do something. And if the intel you supply proves to be useful, you can earn as much as 5 million naira. So I need information on the person you think should be in and not out. Then we'll work on it.
Okay. There are lots and lots of native doctors and videos of people, even the ones that are displaying dead body at Okija. There are loads of them, and then you said you have 30 of them in custody, but whenever they go to court, we only see 3 people, which is Akwa Ọkụkọ, Eke Hit, and Onye Jesus. So where are these 30 native doctors that are in custody? They are
going to court. They are covering the media.
Individually?
They are all going to court. Listen, nobody is being held under the new law without the court saying so. We are not detaining anybody. Agune Chemba is not detaining anybody without court order. It's as simple as that. So it means the judiciary is the one ordering their detention, not Soludo. This point is very important. Yes. Even if we initially arrested them, we took them to court, and then we received the court order permitting us to keep detaining them until their trial and possible criminal responsibility apportioned, so that the justice must have been done, and then we bring a closure to this process.
Dr. Law, I'm asking you this as Onye Anambra that you are. Just like you said, maybe some of what they do or say its criminality in Anambra State, you know, in one way or the other, since their detention or since they've been detained, do you think the reason why they were arrested, do you think the reason has been curbed in Anambra State? Do you think their criminality, the kidnapping, their insecurity has been managed and has stopped since these people were held, they were arrested February this year? Do you think that whatever reasons they were being arrested have been achieved when it comes to criminality in Anambra State?
Yeah, well, they were not arrested in February. They were arrested much after February. I can't be sure of
okay, sorry about that.
now, but certainly not February. It will maybe around April.
Okay.
So. But
okay.
I can tell you that since February 18, 2025, when Operation Udo Ga-Achi and Agune Chamber were launched, things have turned around for good and for better in Anambra. You know, a whole month passes without an incident of kidnapping being reported anywhere. That is an improvement. Recently, we saw a peer review released by Nigerian security system, and Anambra State was not even among the first 15 security challenged states in Nigeria. Anambra was around the 17th out of 36 and FCT. That is a tremendous improvement. That's the truth. And I gave you instances to show that indeed there is evidence that security is fully returning to Anambra. In the INEC conducted continuous voter registration exercise and the off-season bi-senatorial election in Anambra South Senatorial District, and the one that happened in Onitsha constituency, Onitsha North constituency 1. You know, it was peaceful, it was violence-free. Evidence, that's further evidence that security is returning. Otherwise, election would hold in all the polling units and in all the wards. You know, so I believe that the arrest of these people who are confusing our youth, you know, excuse me, these are the native doctors who are confusing our youth, making them to believe that there is a possibility of wealth without work. Those who are preparing Okite for them, those who have led so many Igbo young men and women to their early graves. In fact, in one country in 2024, there was an execution of about 23 Nigerians. Out of the 23 Nigerians, about 22 are from Anambra State alone. Since their arrest, the issue of Okite has been substantially dealt with by what we call also Soludo. So those of them who were relying on Okite, which is money ritual, Odeshi, which is what you may call, do we say, traditional bulletproof and all that, all those things have considerably reduced. And since they have been acting as enablers of crime consequentially has been reducing in Anambra since February 18. So their incarceration is serving the purpose.
Yes. Ndị be anyị, unu kpọrọ nya bụ oku, anyị azago. Ugbu a, ị ga-abụ onye ọbịa na Gbam, n'agbanyeghị ebe ọbụla ị nọ n'ụwa. Ị chọrọ ka anyị gbaa gị ajụjụ ọnụ maọbụ ị chọrọ ka ụwa nụ ọnụ gị, deere anyị ozi maọbụ kpọọ anyị n'akara ekwentị ndị a ị na-ahụ n'iru onyonyo gị. Daalụnụ. Okay, of recent, I know na ntemakaro nke gị. Can you hear me? Ntemakaro nke gị, and then I am akaro nke gị. What I go? Of recent, we've been seeing some operatives of Udo Ga-Achi, you know, going about their duties in a very unworthy manner. Some people complain that they see them on the road doing pack and search and then extorting money from Keke people. And then recently you saw the news of what they did to a core member, you know, to the extent that somebody went naked, you know. Then after some time, they came out to say that it is not a new news. It happened some time ago, and they then show us the people that were involved. Are you not seeing that, or don't you think that the whole aim of inaugurating such an operation is now being defeated by how they are carrying out their activities?
You know, the one-off incident that you mentioned, what happened in Oba community, sometime in August. It's a one-off, like I defined it. One-off. It's not characterization of Operation Udo Ga-Achi or Agune Chamber. We cannot use that single brush to tar the over 2,000 men in an operation involving 6 to 8 men. So it's unfair. We cannot say that one-off incident is now typical. No, we can draw the kind of conclusion you are drawing now, if indeed it is widespread, if it is the story we hear every day and everywhere about Operation Udo Ga-Achi and the Agune Chamber. That said, what happened in Oba was not by Operation Udo Ga-Achi. There is a difference between Operation Udo Ga-Achi and the Agune Chamber. What happened in Oba?
Oh, educate us, please. Educate us.
You see, I even said so earlier, but let me emphasize. I cite that Anambra Vigilante Group, as it was known under the Anambra Vigilante Law 2016, the new law repealed that old law and then brought about the Anambra Homeland Security Law 2025. It is that Homeland Security Law, the new one, that changed the name of Anambra Vigilante to Agune Chamber. So anywhere anywhere you see Agune Chamber, you are actually referring to Anambra Vigilante.
Okay.
But Operation Udo Ga-Achi is an operation made up of 6 security agencies. Our Agune Chamber is only one of the 6. You have the police, you have the army, you have the civil defense, you have the DSS, you have even the Air Force. They make up Operation Udo Ga-Achi. What happened in Oba was not by Operation Udo Ga-Achi, it was by the local vigilante of the Oba community. Yes. Now, technically, Oba vigilante is Agune Chamber. Do you get the point? Because the new law, the new law empowers the 179 communities to establish their own branches of Agune Chamber. So they are operating under the new law because they were constituted based on the extant law, the Anambra Homeland Security Law 2025. That said, yes, the legality of their action in Oba is not what is at issue here. They had every legal right to go there in search of Yahoo boys. The law empowers them to do that. But the way and manner they went about it is where the problem is. You can't go, 8 of you, beat up a female corps member, tear her clothes off her back and all that. There is no law, there's no law that empowers Agune Chamber or Operation Udo Ga-Achi to do that. That is what made what they did criminal. That was why the governor ordered their arrest, dismissal, and prosecution. And the same thing is what is already happening in Onitsha. What happened yesterday that led to the death of one woman. The people who were involved in that kind of reckless enforcement have been arrested and handed over to the police. Yes, on the orders of the governor. They've been arrested. They have been handed over to the police. They are being
What happened? Tell us what happened in Onitsha to start with. A lot of news are flying. Ocha Brigade people.
Let
Some
me,
of us don't know that they are meant to carry ammunitions. So please, what happened with Ocha Brigade at Onitsha?
Listen to me. Ocha Brigade, Ocha you hear means Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra. Ocha, that's the acronym, right? Ocha Brigade. They are not authorized by law to bear arms. So their operatives don't carry arms. They don't carry arms. And when they went to Onitsha yesterday, they also did not carry arms. But look at how they do their operations. When they want to do, because they can't carry arms, they rely on security operatives. Like Agune Chamber, Udo Ga-Achi, the police, the army if need be. So it is not necessarily the operatives of Ocha Brigade, but it's the security operatives that went on that operation with them, that enforcement. And in this case, it is the security operatives from the Onitsha main market itself. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I'm getting you.
Onitsha main market has a security outfit.
Okay.
It is the Onitsha main market security outfit that followed Ocha Brigade for enforcement. They were the ones. They were the ones that were involved in the shooting.
Okay.
So it's not as if,
the people that the people that escorted Ocha Brigade.
That is it. So
were the ones that were involved in the shooting.
That is the truth. Because Ocha Brigade does not bear arms. They don't carry guns. So they have to bring in operatives of security outfits that are permitted by law to bear arms to join them in enforcement.
Why do they need gun-bearing operatives for such a mission? Are they going for war? Why do they need guns?
You say whether they are going for war. No, they are not going for war. But you see, Nanibo, only find out Egutuve Perima. And in law and in English parlance, we call it a deterrence. When you see armed people, you are more likely to cooperate, comply. The gun doesn't need to be used, and that is why they are being prosecuted. They are being interrogated for possible prosecution because they were not supposed to use guns. They were not supposed to fire the guns. Outside there's some clearly defined circumstances. For example, if they were under attack, there is a fiscal attack, and they feared for their lives, the use of gun becomes justifiable under that circumstance. But if you
what necessitated the shootout? Was there any manner of threat to the people carrying guns? Were there any reason for the? There was justifiable reason to shoot?
There was an altercation between the enforcement team and the traders, and the altercation was degenerating, and that was why they started firing. They ought to fire in the air, and that way they would. I don't know how they got to as many as 4 persons, and 1 died out of the 4. I really don't know. I wasn't there. And but I've just told you.
Were there fatalities? Do we have people that are dead?
1.
Or just casualties?
1 person.
1 person is dead. How many people are injured?
3 others.
3 others are injured. How is the government? What is the government doing about them? I say, what is the government doing about them?
Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier, the governor is in Onitsha as we speak. And for an on-the-spot assessment, that way he will be able to even hear from the traders what happened, to be able to balance his views about the issue. But he has already ordered the arrest and investigation of those who were involved in the operation. And he has also ordered that the medical needs of those who were injured should be fully taken care of. If you read the press statement I issued yesterday, I captured all this. So what I know that took them to the market is their statutory responsibility of keeping Anambra clean. Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra, OCHA. That's the meaning of OCHA.
Which people are called Ndiakodo?
That is.
Ndiakodo. Anambra seems to have a lot of law enforcers. Kedi ha na enforce de ha akwa yin wabu ndi Anambra enwe ha na enwe ba igbo eje aya na anu aya. Now you mentioned that Kendi Bundi Akodo place.
Well, I don't know the people in Akonde Akodo. I don't know because there is no a group established by law that the law named Akonde Akodo. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, law. There are people that bear mortar. They call it pestle. There are people that you know what I'm talking about, law. They call them anti-tout squad. What are they supposed to do?
Is the anti-tout law that created the squad. And like the name expressly proclaims, is to take out touting out of Anambra State. And they are doing a great job. If you go to Weka, you will agree with me that they are doing a great job. If you doubt me, if you get to Weka, just pee on the road there and see what will happen. Just don't pee on the road. Just do that.
No. I will not try the Lord my God.
Called Ndiakodo. You will know those called Ndiakodo. Actually, I've seen them once or twice wielding pestins, like you said, pestins. I think that is what Akodo is called. I haven't seen them use it. I thought it's for deterrence. And I haven't gotten any, I've not seen any individual that is maimed, who can no longer walk because the Akodo was used on him or her. I would like to meet such a person. So I think they are using it for deterrence, to scare these touts away. Even the if you don't want the Akodo to be used, please don't pee on the road there. Don't do certain things. No touting. No touting. We need to recover Onitsha. We need to recover our motor parks. We need to recover Anambra State from these touts. Ndaboro. They will decide for you the vehicle you must enter. They will collect your bag. Sometimes people are harassed, even beaten, compelled to join certain vehicles and all that. That must stop. That is stopping already. And I agree that if there are excesses on their part, it has to be curbed. If Akodo is to scare these people off, okay, they can carry it. But if they use it on people really, to the point that somebody is named, then there's a problem. There are the people who injured in that manner have every right for damages. They should petition the governor. They should petition the courts. Yes, they should. The law never asks them to use Akodo, or and if you use Akodo, you should use it to maim anybody. I've read the law. I can send it to you. So the law. The issue is get the state rid of touts. We don't need them. There's no modern society that harbors the level of touting you find in Anambra State. It's too much. But if you go to Opiwek and all that is gone.
I don't need to go anywhere for greener pasture because I'm okay here. You know why? I am into land banking with Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited. Abi una no say doctors too dey into real estate.
So we are getting better. Anambra is getting better.
What is the news about, I think, their commander? There was a news about the commander of Akoda Abi anti-squad, the house being brought down by bulldozer because the commander that is supposed to help security is part of the security problem. What is the news about the house of the Akodo commander? You know, I don't know what he did. What happened?
I saw that that operation was not carried out by us, by the state government. I ran a check.
Okay.
We didn't carry that out. So those who carried it out should tell you why they did. And that's the much I can say. Because if they routed that operation through us or carried out the operation in conjunction with us, then they will be in a position to comment on what happened.
Okay. We are in a political electionary season. I ain't on a seasonal election. There've been banters here and there, you know. The governor has been making some statements that are not going down with a lot of people, and I think as the Minister of Information, a lot of information should be passing through you. Imana ana where alwa to egu mana na nke ikpeazụ a ọ dị ka okwu ada atụzikwu egwu ọ na-ekwu egbo wam. What's going on with the governor? He seems to be throwing jabs to a fellow contestant and then Peter Obi. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I don't know about Peter Obi. That may have happened sometime, but I've not heard about Soludo and Peter Obi in very recent times.
Please, go back to what you say. We didn't get that. Please say it again. You said you've not heard of Peter Obi and the Soludo of recently. So from there, please.
Yeah, I said I want to talk about the one that is more recent, the jabs he threw at his opponents, right? At his opponents.
Yes.
Let me tell you something about election. Electioneering. Anywhere and everywhere in the world. You know, jabs are thrown by candidates, you know, and their supporters. And you do so because there is only one formula for any electioneering process. You try to amplify the strengths of your own candidate and amplify the weaknesses of your opponents. That is the only thing. These are the two things that happen in an election. So when Soludo says that the candidate of APC, Nicholas Ukachukwu, is not electable and not qualified because his educational qualification and certificates point clearly to it, I think it is in order. You know, Anambra is such a serious state, you know, and to have somebody who's WAEC cannot vouch for, I don't think it's good for anybody. This is the state of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Emeka Ojukwu, Chinua Achebe, Emeka Anyaoku, Chimamanda. You know, that is their state. And you have somebody who has no credit in maths and in English and even BK, he also got F9. You know, equal work. He should go and face businesses, do you? That's the point the governor is making. That if you didn't pass your own WAEC, what are you going to tell students? Because you should have a Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Education, you should tell them to take education seriously. You know, what is your certificate telling such people? And you see, that is not to say that certificates can guarantee good governance. No, right? You know that they put it this way. They say that the monk, right? The hood does not make the monk, but there is no monk without a hood. There is no place in the world where you have transformational and purposeful leadership without some basic education. No, not one. So why should it be Anambra? You don't have a certificate. Let me give you an example with Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. Senator Ifeanyi Ubah noticed that he had that deficiency. Do you know Ifeanyi Ubah, despite his schedule, before my very eyes, took a degree from Base University in law.
Yes.
That's it. So you go out of your way to equip yourself if you want to govern others. That is a point Soludo has made. If I gave you example with Ifeanyi Uba. Ifeanyi Uba took a law degree certificate from Base University. I witnessed it because I was with him then. But this person does not have and is not making any effort. Is he not going to read the speeches before the world? Will he not go to conferences in and outside Nigeria? Is he not going to articulate his policy positions?
Are you saying he cannot read?
He can barely read. Don't you listen to him? If you listen to him, he mixes up tenses, which is one way you know an uneducated person. He mixes up tenses. He hardly can string up 2, 3, 4 sentences without committing terrible blunders. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. That's the point Soludo was making. So it is not trivial. It is serious. He needs education to govern Anambra. He needs it. Because, he does not have to be an expert in anything. Yes, I agree. But he should be able to understand what the experts are saying. He should be able to read reports. He should be able to interrogate policy alternatives. He should be able to hold his own anywhere and everywhere in the world. It is different from the world of buying and selling or land grabbing and estate building and all that. Look, Prince Nicholas Ukachukwu is not electable, he's not qualified. I agree with Soludo. It's a disaster
Dr.
that
Law,
APC brought upon itself.
Dr. Law, why do you feel like someone that was in the House before now, I think he was elected before now into the House, and then he has succeeded in business. Why do you think he needs
that is a problem? Now, you see the issue?
To succeed as a governor?
Have you taken time to look at his records when he was in House of Representatives in 1999 to 2003? He moved no single motion,
okay,
sponsored no single bill.
Oh.
So what else is the job of a legislator if you can't move motions and you can't pass bills? You can't propose bills? He was a colossal failure in the House. And that was why he couldn't return. He came to Anambra and tried his hand, and then the Anambra refused to elect him. In 2019, he ran for Senate and came a distant fourth. A distant fourth. In fact, he holds the worst record by any ABGA candidate in the entire Southeast Nigeria. No ABGA candidate has ever come even third in any election in the Southeast. But he came fourth. And this is the person APC gave their ticket. You know the person I pity? I pity Uche Ekwunife that joined her reputation with an obvious failure. I'm telling you. It's unfortunate. If I had the opportunity of advising her, I would have tried to prevail on her not to take the ticket of deputy governor. Because, why didn't APC, for example, fail Uche Ekwunife, for example? Why did they do that? Why did they had options? They had values, they had people. So why somebody that is clearly not elected, somebody who we can't find his certificate? Why?
You mentioned Uche Ekwunife now. The governor also said so many things about her that didn't go well with her, obviously. Do you think that was necessary? If he was just going for the APC governorship candidate, people would have been like, okay, Oga to Oga. Now he's mentioning the deputy, which is Uche Ekwunife, talking about forging a doctorate degree and not handing over to a woman that is married to Anambra Central. Going for Uche Ekwunife, do you think is also part of the whole game and politics?
Yeah, well, you see, the reason they brought Uche Ekwunife into the ticket is to make it bearable, tolerable, electable. That's the only reason they brought Uche Ekwunife into it. So Uche Ekwunife has to collect her own because, you know, she has to collect. This is election. This is that is politics. You know, I have looked at her PhD certificate and I ran a check. That university is a mushroom one, backwater, you know, is backwater, is backwater. You cannot. It does not. It's not amongst accredited. You understand? So, I don't know how she obtained that, but if I were her, she shouldn't be using it because the institution is almost non-existent.
I agree with you. Politics have a lot of banters, just like football. Even the people that will also celebrate their democracy, which is USA, during their elections, we see them throw a lot of jabs, you know, even below the belt. So are you saying that Governor Soludo is just sharing the akara to everybody, you know, and then the APC, and then the YPP, and then the is that what he's doing? Because
that's what he's doing. You know, that's what he's doing. Burna Boy, you remember that his music, Burna Boy? He said, last, everybody will eat breakfast. Once you print poster and you want this seat that Soludo is sitting on, we'll come after you. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, that is what is happening to Uche Ekwunife. You know, so she's the one that decided to attach herself to an obvious disaster. That's why she is going through this. You know, you don't bring in a candidate that is not electable, and you think, you know. Let me tell you, in the Anambra, even if Uche Ekwunife was never mentioned by the governor, the Anambra know that Uche Ekwunife will be deputy, not the governor, and the deputy is a spare tire. You know, it does not help the candidature. You know, it does not help the candidature of Ukachukwu so much because it's Ukachukwu we are looking at. Yes, and we beat him during the last 3 Saturday off-season senatorial election. We beat him in his polling unit. We beat him in his polling booth. We beat him in his ward. We beat him in his local government. We are going to beat him again November 8th.
But this is a man that won their primary election. So why don't you think he's a strong candidate? He has won the primary election, and you know how it was contested very highly.
Go
ahead.
No. You see, what has happened to APC? They auctioned their ticket. Anybody could have bought it. Yes. It was to the highest bidder. Make your investigations. You'll find that you know, he bidded for the ticket more than other candidates and won. Why do you think that Val Ozigbo went to court? Was it not because of the auctioning process? It was auctioned now, and the highest bidder bought it now.
You seem to be a silent admirer of Uche Ekwunife. You seem to hold her to a high regard of some sort. What do you have to say about her reaction, you know, to what is happening, you know, talking about the governor having mouth odor, smelling dirty, and then a leak video about talking about the wife? What do you have to say about her reaction and then response then?
Well, it's nothing but typical of market women, you know. They talk anyhow, anything, just to say something, you know. So
Right?
Everything she said about Soludo, everybody knows is pure trash, pure nonsense. She just, for want of something tangible to say, she said those things. And I watched the video. I also listened to the audio. And she was just talking, trying. She was throwing tantrums. She was not addressing issues and all that. I had expected that to come say, look, this is my university PhD. This is a printout. You call a press conference. You print out the accredited universities in the US and tick out the university from where you obtained your PhD. That would have been a very solid response. Rather than talk about mouth order and all those. I don't understand that. It means nothing to me. The issues, she needs to speak to issues. Because, here is a very weighty allegation that you purchased a certificate from a non-existent university. Prove that he exists. And if he exists, that is accredited, recognized by the United States educational system. That's all. If you prove this, even Soludo owes you an apology.
Yes.
But she abandoned all this to discuss issues that don't count at all. Even went to the extent of dragging in the First Lady of Anambra State. What is that now? What is that? Dragging in and even
particularly I myself, I wasn't really pleased when the First Lady was mentioned, because this is a woman that has always been on her own lane.
Yes.
She's not. She wasn't politically elected to any office.
So why are you dragging
She's just the wife of the governor.
Soludo didn't talk about her husband. Why bring in the governor's wife? It's childish. She was just throwing tantrums.
No.
Yes, she's somebody I like a lot. She's a friend. To be honest, we've done one or two things together. She's a friend. But you see, in this instance, I believe that is totally wrong. She is. She's throwing tantrums. The issue before her is very clear, that your certificate does not exist. Prove its existence. It's very simple. Just go online. She doesn't need to travel to the US. All she has to do is to go online and Google accredited universities in the US, or at least the state in the US where she obtained her degree. And all the universities that are accredited in that state or in the US will just appear. They will appear, you will print out and tick out the university where you obtained your PhD. Then you photocopy your PhD certificate and photocopy that list of accredited universities and hand over to the media to do your battle. Okay, now, so what do you want the media to do for her now? To go and begin to talk about matter order or what? What is that now? Huh?
No, Dr. Noye Soludo, I've listened to her. I've never heard her say anything that has political undertone. All she cares about is healthy living, eating good food. And so when I saw the video and everything, I was like, oh, maybe Uche Ekwunife is going by the rule of in the game of war, all is fair. There's how they used to say it. In war, all is fair. Anything can happen. Maybe she's going by that. Don't you think?
Well, in war, all is fair, but you should carefully choose your battles.
Right?
Yes, you have to carefully choose your battles. You go and drag in
I agree.
a First Lady that has been recognized and awarded the First Lady of the Year out of 36 First Ladies in Nigeria. A woman that just got her doctorate based on her contributions to humanity that have been peer-reviewed. A woman that has earned her name as Mama Anambra. You will come and you talk about a woman like that. She
Without
has millions
forcing
of
it.
people following
Without
her
begging for it.
that will now go after Uche Ekwunife in defense of their idol. That's the problem here. And you see, when you even the Igbo na-ekwu si na onye amụ ibi na-atụ ukwe ọ na-egosi ọra ọrụ ọgba. Yes. So the more she talks, carelessly in this manner, even the little respect some people had for her, we begin to wane, erode by her own hands. It's not necessary now.
Noe Soludo has been doing what she was doing even before
Yes.
her husband became the governor.
Yes.
Unlike so many other governors' wives.
Who start pet
That will
projects
just-
when their husbands
Yes.
become first citizens of the state. Onye is different.
Yes.
Onye Soludo is such a mother, very exemplary, very humble, caring woman that is mother to all. We know what we are talking about.
I agree.
She is indeed a mother like no other. She is a first lady like none other. So where is this tantrum coming from? She's not campaigning. She's not even a deputy to the husband.
She's not.
She
hasn't even tried to even campaign or say anything relating to the election or politics.
She has never said vote for Soludo. The highest you have seen
I've never heard that.
To accompany the husband on
like a supportive wife that she should be.
A wife should do. It's still in the exercise of her matrimonial rights, of being beside the husband. When it matters, she does that. So she should be commended. And if you look at what she said about Noe Soludo, saying that even Noe Soludo also worked with Mbadinuju, but there is no record that Noe Soludo worked with Mbadinuju. When Mbadinuju was in power, Noe Soludo was already with her family in the UK. So where is that?
A young mother.
Yes, a young mother nursing her children and all that, and then. So if she worked with Mbadinuju, as what? So you can see that obuli kono no kotaro this one now. Okotaro no nkano na. Ị na-akọ with facts. You know even though Igbo na-akpọ satire ma osi ama osiri ama mana nke nwa nke adabaro no. Ọ dabaro no. The challenge before her, please print out the accredited list of US universities and tick out where you obtained your PhD from. If you cannot do that, we'll continue to say that your PhD certificate is fake.
I want to make healthy living a culture in our society. Teta n'ụtụtụ mee exercise gị sweat, that sweat is very important. Ịba na garden gị bele akwụkwọ nri sie nri, very natural food. Or if your body need, just nri ọbụla dị etu Chukwu si kee.
Lastly, Dr. Law, are you with me? You mentioned about her not addressing issues. So let's talk about addressing issues. We have some media aids to the governor, SSAs to the governor. I think new media, some people call them data boys, because they can go to any extent to defend their oga and then malign others. And some people are saying that these media aids are not even addressing issues, that they are just, I believe these people should be they should be working with you as the information commissioner. Some of these things they're saying and how they're talking about it, posting about Uche Ekwunife, calling her Odala Mecha, talking about talking about whatever she did with Mbadinuju. Is this what media aides should be doing? Are they really going about their job well, or don't you think that they are doing it the wrong way? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, you see, I earlier told you what happens in an electioneering campaign. you promote and amplify the strengths and positives of your candidate. At the same time, amplify the weaknesses of his opponents.
Okay.
These are the two things that happen in a campaign. And the positives of Soludo, they are all out there in plain sight, being promoted by the media team led by myself, right?
Yes.
And they are also promoting and amplifying the weaknesses of Soludo's opponents. You know, and I don't know, you said something like Law Mefor. I thought that is complimentary.
Law Mefor.
I don't know. That's what I thought. I don't know.
Is it?
I thought the Law Mefor is somebody who is extremely beautiful. Is it not? And Senator Uche Ekwunife is extremely beautiful.
Okay, if you say so.
Yes, that's my own definition of Law Mefor. Yes, she's very beautiful.
Do you mean that when it comes to election, media aides are now turned into attack dogs and no more there to actually tell us what's going on with the government?
They are telling us what is going on in the solution government. They are doing that fantastically well. You know, I have a very competent team, and they are also attacking those who are attacking their principal.
Right?
So if you throw a punch at Soludo, you can be sure you will get multiple from my media team.
Uppercut,
below the belt, everywhere. We'll keep hitting you until you go down.
Obviously,
that is the rule here.
Na nke ikpeazụ a, ọ dịzị aka ọsọ ọjị akarịrị anyara. Ọsọ ọjị karịzịrị anyara.
Okay, because now you have said so, right? Because you have said so, I will tell my media team, Akanyo.
Please, let's concentrate on issues. Okay? We're still waiting for them to tell us what they will do for us.
You had the last thing I said.
In the next 4 years.
I said, even for your sake, I will tell my media team, Akanyo. Okay?
Please. I cannot see you.
I cannot see you on my issues. Soludo has done so well. Soludo has performed beyond any other governor that has governed Anambra State. He has done more roads. He has built more hospitals. He has employed more teachers. In fact, let me mention one or two things. Soludo employed the only governor in Anambra that has employed 8,115 teachers drawn from 18 states of the Federation. The only governor in Anambra that has employed within one term, 1,500 health professionals, including medical doctors, pharmacists, nurses, midwives, laboratory scientists. Only him is the only person that has built five general hospitals in one time. I'm doing all these things without borrowing a kobo. Awarded over 800 kilometers of roads, and as we speak, in 3.5 years, he has asphalted. He has not even done 3.5 years. He has already asphalted about 600 kilometers of roads. Nobody has done that. He has delivered the solution for city. He has delivered the iconic new government house. A jinx he broke after 34 years. I'm sure you have seen Oboko has been transformed from slum to heaven. I'm sure you have seen the dual carriageway from Amobia to Uga. I'm sure you have seen the iconic Ekulobia Bridge. I'm sure you have seen the Anambra Beltway, four dual carriageways coming up all around Anambra. I'm sure you have seen some of these key standard achievements of Soludo. So those are the things we are promoting. We are telling the world what Soludo has done, and that he wants time to do more. Soludo, the next big steps, I don't know if you are aware that we now have what we call Anambra Industrial Mixed Use City, AMIC. AMIC now, the power station to power that industrial park of Anambra has reached 80% completion. The water to power that Anambra Industrial Park has passed 50.
Wow.
Many people don't know this. It's ongoing. Onitsha 2.0 is coming up, the biggest drug or pharmaceutical hub in the entire West Africa is coming up. Over 70% completion.
This is what we want to be hearing.
In Oba. Over 70% completion in Oba. The biggest in West Africa. He did it. I went to Solution for City the other day and I asked the Egyptian that is running the place, what is a patronage like? He told me that last Sunday that the people that visited the place were 3,450. Even if they pay only 100 naira, do you know how much that is on daily basis? The place is a money spinner. It is a one-stop for leisure for the Anambra and for non-Anambra. It's so good that even the place can record attendance of over 3,000 persons in one day. We have so much going and so much to come. So Soludo is not even saying that he wants to continue. It is in the Anambra that is saying you go nowhere. That is why Anambra North has endorsed him. Anambra Central stakeholders have endorsed him. Anambra North did
even bringing their own money to support his campaign.
Do you know
I
that
saw the
even
news.
Even students contributed 3 million. 3 million students contributed 3 million to Soludo's aspiration, urging him to buy the form that he has to contest so that he can complete the good work that he has started. He has built a very solid foundation for erection and transformation of Anambra into his often acclaimed Anambra as African Dubai, Taiwan, Silicon Valley. The foundations are already being laid. Power is coming. Electricity. He has signed into law. The Anambra Electricity Regulatory Law to provide the legal and the governance framework for electricity market in Anambra to ensure that electricity coming to Anambra under his watch will be the most regular supply and the cheapest in Nigeria. That is careful planning. And he's doing all these things without borrowing any cover from anybody. That is something people should understand. Do you know why? Do you know where Soludo is getting the money with which he's executing these programs? Let me tell you, even if it is the last thing I say here today. What Soludo did, when Soludo came in, Governor Soludo found out that the capital and the recurrent expenditure profile was weighed heavily against capital expenditure. What past administrations were running, they were running between 60 and 70% recurrent expenditure and only about 30% for capital expenditure. What is recurrent expenditure? Politics. Capital expenditure is this capital projects you're saying, the schools you're seeing, the hospitals, the roads, the free antenatal, free delivery, free drugs, the free education. It's money, it's billions that is going into this. The billions are recovered from the recurrent expenditure that past governments and past governors shared. Soludo put it to work. The current 2015-2025 fiscal year, the recurrent expenditure is only 23% and capital expenditure is 77%. You can go and check it. That is the Soludo magic. The intentional and transformational governance of Anambra is coming from his extreme prudential management of our scarce resources. Soludo has proved that we can do so much with so little. That is why one of our principles here in the solution government is doing much with little, right?
doing much with little. If you bring any, as a commissioner now, I want to bring a project before Soludo, there are 3 things you must prove to him, because he will ask you this question: is this the best way to spend Anambra's scarce resources? You have to prove it to him. Is this the best way? Number 2 question is this the best bargain that Anambra can get? Number 3 is, how transparent is the process of selecting the vendor? Do you see how and why Anambra is getting so much under Soludo? It has never happened like this before. So it's not just a matter of econ, man onye puta kai na akon ayi ebute oche ya nwan nodulokwu o we oche na akpo nwan nodulokwu aya iweli edonani we face the person onye ofunya buru onu ada ejebe onu gbala aka ofacho na aya akon na aya akon aikosi onu ayi face issues na this campaign. Soludo, the whole people are asking Soludo to run. Oposi community hosted it, they gave you 50 million. The Chida hosted him, gave you 50 million. In fact, every community as we speak now in Anambra, 179 of them, all the local government areas, all of them, they are getting ready to host the governor.
Which account are they sending the money so that I will send mine too? I will support too, because if not Soludo, who else? You want to go? Which account so that I will send my own? I'm going to 5
look, I'm going to send you the account. I'll send you the account, and whoever wants an account should also ask you to give him the account that I will give you. Let us do crowdfunding to support Soludo.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yes, why not? It's a way of appreciating what he has done. And it's a way of getting our people to own the government. That is their government, their own. Our people can now say, we put Soludo there, we put him there. That is what democracy should be.
Some of us actually have seen the contestants for the election, and some of us know that Soludo is the best candidate among all of them, because whenever you see news about any of them, you see people telling them that Anambra cannot vote for you. Then you still see them coming to still, also Odekana Abakwa Charles Soludo Obelesco, maybe due to how he goes about his campaign and everything.
Onye bubol ka na agbata.
Ka na agbasta.
Soludo bubol now. Soludo bubol.
Yeah, la nwamba for bubol.
Onye bubol na abe na apia atakula.
O bubol.
Mana nwoke kpọrọ akpọ ka chinchin. Nwoke kpọrọ akpọ ka chinchin. Ịgbale etu Maradona na Jeje Okocha si agba bọọlụ. If ada na adị na bulu bọọlụ fe bulu gie. Ada.
Of course. I have asked people, if not Charles Soludo, then who? You want to go?
Then who?
I want to know who. I want to know who. You want to go?
Onye for a certificate here. See, let me tell you something. These people are not running to win. They are using the thing as an opportunity to raise money. Yes, they will tell APC governors, I better bring money. See, I need you to win this election. But the question is, knowing these people, they are traders. They will not even put 10% of the money the governors of APC will bring into this election. They will use it to recapitalize their business. So it is business they are doing. And some of them are also doing that to prove that they are stakeholders. And being stakeholders, they can get appointments. But they don't need to take this long route now. Just come to Soludo, and talk to him nicely. Soludo will take you.
Have you? Ask yes,
nicely. Soludo will take you to Abuja and say, Baba, I beg, find something for this person now. But the problem is, some of them don't have certificates. So what do you tell Tinubu now when you get there? You tell him that, this person that will be made the chairman of the Nigerian Educational Board, maybe Universities Commission, chairman, or this thing, English F9, mathematics F9, economics F9, Bible F9, Igbo F9, come on now.
He failed Bible too. I thought he's a pastor.
DK is also I think it's just one that he managed to get a pass. One. To be fair to him, he actually scored one. He passed one, passed it, So let's give it to him. It's not all F1. So he passed one. But the Soludo I know
in as much as we want our political campaign officers and then candidates to address issues, some of these banters be here election and because obia or they can MSC election in Anambra State.
Election na akọ. Is it not a comic relief?
Yes.
Comic relief na.
Yes. God can election.
Let it
not look like Soludo is contesting unopposed.
So mana onye ọbụla chọọ ichi onye ọbụla chọrọ ọchịchị ọbụna ịgụrụ akwụkwọ return to school 5 years EAG a good certificate. I can teach any of them free of charge. I'm a lecturer, free. Even online, they don't need to come to my house. They just get online, WhatsApp. I will teach you. I'll create 2 hours every day to teach them free so that they can receive some basic certificates.
You're a good man. You're a good man. You're a good man.
An extremely very good person.
You're a good man. For you to volunteer to teach people.
Even without you saying it, I know I'm a very good person.
You're a good man. You're a good man. It's a very wonderful gesture. And then wise people should actually utilize this privilege to be taught by Dr. Law.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. Do you have any final remark?
Yeah, the final remark is an appeal to the Anambra. Some politicians are orchestrating insecurity, right? Famalo, milisolezo, malo, miliatasa. Let them know. Anambra is rising under Soludo. Security is getting better. They need to know that security is everybody's business. They have to help Soludo to achieve total security in Anambra. Let them, when they see something, let them say something, let them call 5311. We'll process their information and let them know that any information they give us will be treated in utmost confidentiality. We know the value of the information they have given us. We will not allow it to leak. And if what they have told us proves to be true and useful, they will get as much as 5 million naira. Because Soludo is funding wasteful blowing. Says people should blow the wasteful. He will investigate if it is true, 5 million. And it's between us and you. Nobody will ever hear it. If anybody hears it, it is you telling people, not us. We have one of the best security systems now as we speak. We have a tracking system. We have a command and control system. We have over 200 solid trucks. Over 2,000 to 3,000 members of Operation Udo Ga-Achi and the Agune Chamber working at the state, local government, and the community levels. If they see any of them misbehaving, let them get a piece of evidence for us. Let them pass it through me, and the person will be out of our security architecture. Yes, if they see any member collecting bribe or abusing power and harassing and intimidating in the Anambra, we want to see such people. But we need evidence. Otherwise it becomes your word against theirs. Anambra Gademma. Anambra Adebagomma. Let us do this together. We are blessed at this time by having one of the most exceptional and transformational governors any state can boast of, in the person of Professor Chukwumacha Soludo. Dalo Nondebai.
Dalorin Dr. Law Mefor, the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Dalo Makaino Elain Tata, and the by Una Anuguniana. My own remark, Biko, Oyana Akon, because say Haporai Mama Anambra. Please leave Mama Anambra for us. That woman is a woman that has earned her respect and love from Ndi Anambra. This woman has never for one day said anything politically or even have any opinion about the government. Chalengwa mgbafọ ka oge ikọgwalo chalengwa mgbafọ. Hapola imbiri guregu. The only thing she's after is just the well-being of Ndi Anambra, our healthy lifestyle, and us eating natural food from our homemade gardens. Bikono, si haporomo mo memo na Chief Dr. Governor Soludo abrokwano onye nsogbu. And I trust her. She will not even say anything in her usual demure. She will not say anything because she's a woman of integrity, decorum, and Udo. Dr. Law, thanks for joining us. All right. Ndeba Ngwano, Komesiano. Chijoki Gwendo is my name. Odogbubu Yambaba is Buto Yamba. Ngwa, Udo? Inwela akopuli iche ichoko wano. Inwe ife di n'obi icho ihu Gbam. Inwele ife di omimi ichoko onye ọbụla malụ. Onwele akala aka izole ezo ichoko wafo na inwe passion for. Ya na Gbam ka ụwa n'onu yi. Inwele business icho ipunye n'ọkụ. Onwe product icho kosoro na Gbam. Icho ka ife ị na-ele, ife ị na-eme na-aga as viral as Gbam. We are here for you. Contact the number on your screen. Ka ipunye n'ọkụ ka ifu na ọ na-eme. Adamuaka. Gbam is the biggest Igbo interview in the world. Come and find out for yourself. Thank you.